praising Hashem 7 times a day. So you're correct in referring to the pasuk, the verse, in the book of Tehillim, in the book of Psalms, where it is written that I will praise you 7 times a day. I believe that's King David saying that. So when the sages of Israel, whose teachings are codified in the Talmud, in the Talmudic texts, when they were establishing blessings which we will recite before and after saying the Shema recitation, they established the prayers surrounding the recital of Shema based on that verse that I will praise you 7 times a day. And this is why every day we say 7 blessings in connection to the recital of Shema. Anybody who wants to know what the Shema is can look at one of the last videos I uploaded called A Glimpse into Jewish Prayer. So in the morning, before we say Shema, we have 2 blessings, and then after we have 1 blessing. And at night, before we say Shema, we have 2 blessings, and then after saying Shema, we have 2 blessings. So all in all, that's 7 blessings. Now, with regard to you wanting me to more emphasize the fact that there is no sin of simply being a homosexual in the Talmud, in the Torah or the Talmud, in Judaism, correct that I agree with you totally that this needs to be pointed out. That's why I put it in a notation, in an annotation, because I regretted not saying anything about it in the video, but obviously, as is often the case, I can't make excuses, but the fact is I'm not the most organized guy in the world, and I often intend to make videos which it takes a long time for me to get around to actually making. There are people outside being crazy. So, right, I just want to second that there is no sin of being a homosexual in the Torah, in the Bible at all. The Torah prohibits doing actions, to do actions of homosexual relations. There's no sin for a person to have a certain inclination or desire, but it is a commandment of the Torah, a commandment of God, that a person work on his character traits and his ways of thinking in order to align his actions and his thoughts to harmonize with the will of God. And clearly, although having a desire to be attracted to men, having a desire to be with men when a person is a man, although that is not a sin, it is not a thought which is in harmony with God's will. So a person should do what he can, if he's aware of what he must do, in order to harmonize his thoughts. And that is something which is possible. I don't care what liberal people and ignorant people may think. I know firsthand from a number of people who I know very well that it is possible. And when people tell me that such people don't exist, well, in my opinion, that means that they're essentially calling these people liars, or they're just ignoring reality. So while there's no Torah prohibition against having this longing to be with one's own gender, and it is only the actions of doing a homosexual act which is punishable by a human court, a human Jewish court, the type of which we no longer have, we haven't had for 2,000 years. Despite that that's the case, it is also forbidden to have thoughts of acting out those things. The desire is not prohibited, but to ponder upon and meditate upon doing those things, also that is forbidden. This is one of the commandments which is mentioned in the last section of Shema. When we recite Shema every day, there are 3 sections. And the last section, which includes the information about having tzitzit, the tassels of your garments, it says that we should not go astray after our thoughts. And this includes any pondering of thoughts which is a contemplation of violating God's commandments. The Talmudic sages clarified that and stated that any thought, the contemplating of any thought, the fantasizing of such things, willful fantasizing, that is also a violation of this commandment. But because there's no action in it, since it's only in your head, so a human court cannot punish that. It is not punishable by a human court, but it is a transgression. So, thank you for being patient with me. I apologize if I gave you the impression that I was ignoring your video. That's certainly not the case. Hopefully I will be more quick to respond to people's questions and responses in the future. All the best, and I very much appreciate the time you took in uploading your video response, and you seem like a pretty nice guy. Hope we be in touch. Shalom, have a good rest of the week. Nia b'pesher.